Hey everyone, welcome back to English Couch, the podcast where we make learning English feel as comfortable and natural as sitting on your favorite couch. I am Sarah.
And I'm Mike. So glad you are joining us today.
Mike, you look like something is on your mind. What happened?
You know what, Sarah? Something at work yesterday really got me thinking.
Tell me everything.
So I was in a meeting with our new colleague, Daniel. He's from Brazil, super sharp guy, really good English, actually. But in the middle of the meeting, he turned to the manager and said, and I'm quoting exactly, "Can you explain me the report from last quarter?"
Oh no.
And I could see the manager pause for just a second. She understood him perfectly, but something sounded just a little off.
It's one of those things that native speakers notice immediately but do not always know how to correct politely.
Exactly. And then, same meeting, Daniel said, "I'm agree with the new timeline." Two mistakes, one meeting.
And the thing is, Daniel is not a bad English speaker at all. These are just habits, patterns that got locked in somewhere along the way.
And that's exactly what we're covering today. 10 of the most common grammar mistakes that English learners make, and we're going to fix every single one of them, simply, naturally, for good.
No heavy grammar rules, no complicated textbook language, just real conversation and real corrections.
But before we dive in, hey, go check the pinned comment below this video right now. We left a question for you there, and we genuinely want to hear your answer. Drop your reply in the comments. Let us see what our English Couch family thinks.
All right, let's go. Mistake number one, and this is the one Mike just mentioned. Explain me.
Can you explain me this? My teacher explained me the lesson. You hear this one constantly, and it always sounds a little wrong to native ears.
Here's the thing. The verb explain always needs to be followed by the thing being explained, not the person. You explain something to someone.
So instead of "she explained me the rules," you say "she explained the rules to me," or "can you explain this to me?" The thing comes first, then to me.
Think of it like handing something to someone. You hand over the idea, and then you say who you are handing it to. Explain the report to me. Explain the situation to me.
And here is a bonus. The same rule applies to describe. He described me the house. Wrong. He described the house to me. Always the thing, then to the person.
Explain the concept to me. Describe the problem to me, never directly to the person.
Mistake number 2. She said me. She said me that she was coming. This one is extremely common, especially for speakers of Romance languages.
Here is the clean rule. Say and tell are different verbs with different jobs.
Say is for the actual words. She said she was coming. He said goodbye. You say something.
You tell someone. She told me she was coming. He told us the news. You tell someone.
So, she said me mixes the two jobs together, and that just does not work. Either she said that she was tired, or she told me that she was tired, not both at the same time.
Said me, never. Told me, always.
Mistake number 3, and this one actually causes real misunderstandings.
Oh, the I am boring mistake. This one is so important.
Imagine your friend texts you on a lazy Sunday afternoon. "I am so boring right now."
And you think, wait, are you saying you have nothing to do, or are you saying you personally make other people fall asleep?
Because those are completely different things. "I am boring" means I am a boring person. Spending time with me is uninteresting.
But what the person actually means is I am bored right now. I have nothing going on. I need something fun to happen.
Here's the rule. ED adjectives describe how you feel. ING adjectives describe what causes the feeling.
You feel bored because something is boring. You feel excited because the news is exciting. You feel tired because the work is tiring.
I am bored. The movie is boring. I am excited. The news is exciting. I am tired. The lecture is tiring.
Use the ED form to describe how you feel. Never say, I am boring when you mean I am bored. Mistake number 4. I am agree. I am agree with you. I am totally agree. You hear this everywhere.
The problem? Agree is already a verb. It already does the work. You do not need am in front of it.
You just say, I agree. I completely agree. I totally agree with what you said.
Same for disagree. Not I am disagree, just I disagree. And understand. Not I am understand, just I understand.
These verbs, agree, disagree, understand, believe, know, they are already verbs. They do not need am, is, or are before them. Drop the am. Use the verb directly.
I agree. I understand. I believe. Clean, simple, correct.
Mistake number 5. And this is the second mistake Daniel made in that meeting. Since 3 years.
I have been studying English since 3 years. I have lived here since 5 months. This one is so common.
Okay, here is the difference between for and since. And once you understand this, you will never mix them up again.
For tells you the duration, how long something has been happening. Since tells you the starting point, when something began.
For 3 years. For equals duration. 3 years is how long. Since 2021. Since equals starting point. 2021 is when it began.
If you want to say how many years, months, or days, use for. I have been working here for 6 months. I have studied English for 2 years.
If you want to say the specific starting point, a year, a date, a time, use since. I have been working here since January. I have studied English since I was 12.
Since 3 years does not work because 3 years is not a starting point. It is a length of time. So it has to be for 3 years.
For how long? For 3 years. Since when? Since 2021. Never since 3 years.
Mistake number 6. Quick but important. I did a mistake.
Oh, sorry, I did a mistake. This sounds logical in many languages. In English, mistake goes with make, not do.
You make mistakes, always. You never do mistakes.
I made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Do not worry, I just made a small error.
Make a mistake. If you remember just one thing from today's episode, let it be this. Make a mistake. Never do a mistake. Make. Always.
Mistake number 8. Married with.
She is married with a lawyer. He got married with his high school girlfriend. In many languages, with makes perfect sense here, but in English, no.
In English, when two people get married, they are married to each other, not with.
She is married to a doctor. He got married to his best friend. They have been married to each other for 15 years.
Married to. And the same goes for engaged. Engaged to, not engaged with. Related to, not related with.
Think of to as pointing toward someone. You get married to someone. Married with? No. Married to? Always.
Mistake number 8. I have 20 years.
Oh yes, I have 25 years old, or just I have 20 years. This one comes from Spanish and French especially.
In English, you do not have years. You are a certain age.
You say, I am 25 years old, or casually, I am 25, or she just turned 30.
How old are you? Not how many years do you have. I am 22, not I have 22 years.
Am for age. Always am. You are your age. You do not have it.
Mistake number 9. She suggested me.
She suggested me to go to the doctor. He suggested me a restaurant. Suggest is a tricky verb because it does not behave like recommend.
With suggest, you cannot place the person directly after the verb. You cannot say, she suggested me to go. It does not work.
What you can say is, she suggested that I go to the doctor. Suggest plus that plus subject plus verb.
Or, she suggested going to the doctor. Suggest plus verb with ing.
Or even, she suggested a good restaurant. Suggest plus the thing being suggested.
But never, she suggested me. Never suggest directly to a person. Use that, or ing, or just the noun.
He suggested that we leave early. She suggested taking a break. They suggested a different approach. Perfect.
And mistake number 10, the final one. And it actually combines 2 errors in one sentence.
I am waiting since 1 hour. 2 problems. Let us unpack both.
First problem, since again. 1 hour is a duration, not a starting point. It should be for 1 hour, for the duration.
Second problem, I am waiting. When an action started in the past and is still continuing right now, you need present perfect continuous. I have been waiting.
Put it together, I have been waiting for 1 hour. Or I have been waiting since noon. For the duration, since the starting point.
I have been waiting for 20 minutes. She has been waiting since 3 o'clock. We have been waiting for ages.
Never, I am waiting since. Always, I have been waiting for or I have been waiting since. And now, just like we promised, one complete natural conversation using all 10 corrections. 2 colleagues catching up over coffee before a Monday morning meeting.
Hey, sorry I'm a little late. Have you been waiting long?
I've been waiting for about 15 minutes, but it is totally fine. How are you?
Honestly, I'm a bit bored. The weekend flew by so fast. Hey, did you hear about James?
No, what happened?
He got engaged to that woman he met at the conference, the one from Copenhagen.
No way! How long have they been together?
For about a year, I think. She told me they're already planning the wedding.
That is so exciting. I completely agree. They seemed perfect together at the company picnic.
I made a mistake, actually. I mentioned it to the team before James could announce it himself.
Oh no, what did you do?
I suggested that I send him an apology message right away. He was cool about it, thankfully.
Good. Oh, did you finish the quarterly report? The manager explained the new format to me last week, but I still find it a little confusing.
Me too. I've been working on it since Friday, and I still have 3 sections to go.
She told me the deadline is Wednesday. Do you want to work on it together after this meeting?
I agree. Great idea. I am 28 years old, and somehow spreadsheets still terrify me.
You are not alone. I have been afraid of Excel for 3 years now.
And did you catch all 10 corrections in that conversation?
10 mistakes, all fixed. And it sounded exactly like 2 real people having a real conversation.
That is the whole point. Correct English does not have to sound stiff or unnatural. When you know the rules, the words flow easily.
And here's something we want to leave you with today. Every single mistake we talked about, millions of learners make them every single day. You are absolutely not alone.
But now you know the corrections, and more than that, you heard them in a real context, in a real story. That stays with you so much longer than any grammar table ever could.
The next time you want to say, she said me, you'll remember Alex and Olivia in the break room. She told me.
The next time you reach for since 3 years, you'll remember for the duration, since the starting point, for 3 years, since 2021.
And the next time someone texts you that they are so boring on a Sunday afternoon, you'll smile and ask, "Do you mean you are bored?"
Getting better at English is not about being perfect from the start. It's about noticing one mistake at a time, correcting it, practicing it, and moving forward.
And today, you just fixed 10.
If this episode helped you, even if it fixed just one mistake you were making, please hit the like button. It truly helps our channel grow and reach more English learners around the world.
Subscribe to English Couch if you haven't already. We put out new content regularly, and every episode is designed to make your English sound more natural and more confident.
And don't forget, check the pinned comment. Answer the question we left for you there. We read every single comment.
Until next time, keep relaxing, keep learning, and keep growing your English. From English Couch, take care, everyone.
See you in the next one. Bye.